Everything has a cost. Being here or eating cinnamon rolls and drinking wine. But you got to think, what do you get for the cost? The wine, the rolls are temporary enjoyment, right? But the yoga, you'll feel better all day long if you do it. Everything has a cost and a trade-off. What is your flexibility and your mobility worth? Oh, that's a heavy thought. All right, so I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. Welcome to your yoga. This is Piper. This is your yoga from home, yoga for life. This is our Yoga Plus day. Fridays are our Yoga Plus. So what does the plus mean? The plus means we incorporate Pilates, we incorporate weights, we incorporate bar, and we just have a good time. So join us every Friday. Join us every day for a different practice. But every day that you join us, so much to remember. Do what's right for your body. Always do what is right for you. Every day is different. Every day our bodies are different. And you got to honor that. Honor that. Do what is right for your body. Keep your practice safe for you. Keep it effective. I guarantee it'll be effective. And just have some fun. That's an important part. So do what is right for you. Modify when you have to. Back off when you have to. Don't do when you don't want to. And just have fun. But just be here. That's the big thing. As you're here today, think of the word. This is a fun word. It's a playful word. The word today is playful. So playful means full of fun. Yeah, it's full of fun, full of play, full of frolicness. Be frolicsome. Just have fun, whatever you do, while staying safe. And the other thing to think about is let all your expectations, let all your stress, let all your judgment go. That's really hard to do. You should never say after the practice, I can't do it, it's too hard, because you can do it because you modify it to make it work your way. All right, so let's get into it. So props you're going to need today. Always have some water handy. Wine can be later. Always have the water handy. 2 yoga blocks. We're going to use those when we do our lunge, and you can use them anytime you want. Or maybe to bring the ground up to you when we do child's pose, or work them in the way you like. I've got a little bender ball here, or an exercise ball. It's just a squishy, thin membraned ball to create an unstable surface. So we're going to do lots of things with this today. A resistance band. We're going to start using this every day, or just about every day, this coming month as we challenge ourselves with our many little challenges. I'll tell you more about that later. If you don't have a resistance band, it's okay. Stick around. You can make it work. An eye shade and a little hand towel and your weights. Don't have the weights? No problem. You can get 2 water bottles or 2 pans from your pantry, something to give you a little bit of resistance. All right, let's come on up to standing and lock a stress number into your mind. What's going on in your body today? Another prop you might want to have is your chair. A chair would be handy for many things. You could do a lot of this practice seated in your chair. Take a break when you want to take a break. It's up to you. Hey, you, would you go back to your bed, please? Come on, get in your bed. I don't know what she's thinking. All right, so have your ball, if you've got it, place it high up between your thighs. Give it a good squeeze. I mean, squeeze that thing like you didn't know you had that strength in your thighs. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Have you locked that stress number in yet? Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 100. Where do you fall today? From the frowny face to the happy face, where are you? Think about that now, and let's work on our yoga to make that stress come down. All right, so come on up onto your heel, or up onto your toes, lifting your heels up off the ground. Try to keep your heels behind your toes. Try not to splay the heels out or in as you lift and have control in your lift. Maybe hands on your hips, maybe a hand on your chair. Feels right. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Come up higher onto your toes, then down on your heels. Maybe lift up really high and stay there for a little bit. But if you fall out with control, keeping the heel behind the toes. Breathe. You don't have to squeeze the ball. It just kind of helps with stability here. Breathe. And come on down. Plant your heels and lift your toes up and give your toes a little wiggle. Strengthen your foundation. We'll do more of that with our toes pose. Plant your feet solidly on the earth. Continue your breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Lift your arms high up to the sky. This is your extended mountain pose. Spiral your pinkies in and drop your shoulders down a little bit. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Take a deep breath in. Maybe close your eyes for just a second. Challenge yourself. Deep breath in. Big breath out. Reach your fingers a little higher, or place a bend in your elbows if that feels better. Interlace your fingers. Send your palms up to the sky. Palm tree pose. Begin your lateral flexion, your sideways movement of your spine. Chin away from your chest. Just move your spine sideways. That's all you're doing. And if you don't like the interlaced hands, just reach to one side. Reach toward the other. Maybe let the bottom arm come down your thigh. Reach and do what's right for you to just get the spine moving sideways. All right, so we've had a month full of mini M-I-N-I challenges. We're going to incorporate them all today as we close out the month. Hard to believe the month is done. All right, release your arms to your low back. Send your chest forward. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Take a little back bend. Exhale, hinge forward. Letting your gaze come down to your toes. Maybe you've got a chair here for balance. That's fine. Or look to your knees or up toward your navel and decompress your low back. Little bend in the knees might feel great. Breathe. Finish up. Come on up to standing, arms straight. Circle your arms to the back of the room. I don't know how big your arm circles are. Make them as big as is right for your shoulders today. Place a bend in the knees when the arms come down and then straighten. Breathe. Just move. Get the blood flowing. Breathe. Circle your arms in the other direction. Blood flow to your brain. Blood flow through your body. Keeps you young. Keeps you moving. Breathe. Come back, hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in. Close your eyes. Deep sighing breath out. Let it go. Think for just a moment about what you want to achieve today. What does this practice mean to you? Have gratitude in your heart and enjoy your practice. Let the arms go down by your sides. Big coat swing. Start to sway from side to side. A nice controlled twist. Squeeze that ball. Don't forget it's there. Squeeze it tightly. Twist. Look over your shoulder. Breathe. And let's finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Take a deep breath in your mountain pose. Not an extended mountain pose, just a seated mountain pose. Big breath in. Big breath out. Ragdoll pose. Hinge forward at the waist. Knees, feet, hip width distance apart. So move your feet till they're hip width distance. If you got the ball, it's taking care of it for you. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Let your gaze come down as far as your gaze will go. Bring it up your legs as high up as it'll go. Imagining the crown of your head reaching toward the earth. Little bend in your knees might make it more accessible to you. Breathe. Let it go. And then start to sway in your ragdoll pose, bringing one elbow back toward the knee, then the other. Maybe your eyes are closed or open. Let it feel great as you decompress your spine and breathe. Finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Take a big breath here. Imagine your chest, or literally bring your chest to your thighs. Let it go. Inhale, chest kind of comes off the thighs. Exhale, chest comes toward the thighs. Belly hollows out. Give your toes a lift and a wiggle. And when you're ready, maybe this is all you do today, but if this is all you've done, I promise your stress numbers already come down. If you're going to continue, let's continue. Plant your hands on your mat. Bend your knees and let's come into a child's pose. For your child's pose, I'm going to remove, there she is right there. All right, I'm going to remove the ball. You can use a block or two, or bring your ball up to the top of your mat. Knees can be together, big toes touching, hips back towards your heels. Don't worry if they don't touch your heels. It's no big deal. All right, gaze, forehead, chin, nose down towards your block if you like. Arms down by your sides, palms face up, reaching towards your heels. Feel like you're in a nice tight little ball here. You don't have to use the block. If you don't want to use the block, that's okay. Bring your head down to the mat. Options. They're always options, right? Spread your knees wide, big toes touch. Hips back toward your heels as much as you like. Block can be here to support your chest, your forehead, or no block at all. Arms reach to the top of your mat. Maybe you put your hands on the ball. Reach. Take a big breath in and a big breath out through your mouth. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Stress is gone. Don't even think about what was. Don't think about what is to be. Just enjoy the present moment and the feelings, the sensations you're having in your body. Stretch, reach, breathe. Big breath in, big breath out. Sigh it out. Maybe if you like, close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose only. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's begin. Come back to your child's pose anytime you like, but right now let's press on up to a neutral tabletop position. In your neutral tabletop position, let's do a forearm stretch. Take your arms, bring your fingers back towards your knees, and then move your hips side to side, back towards your feet, a little more forward. Just move so you feel a stretch in your forearms. Breathe. Our forearms get so tight, you don't even realize it. I guess it's all the computer work and, we just don't move enough. And what an interesting stretch this is. How does it feel for you? And if it doesn't feel right for your wrists, don't take it so deeply. Or buy a wrist wedge. They really do help. They decrease the angle at which your wrist is bent. All right, so you've done your little forearm stretch here. Nice job. Let's bring the arms back to the front. Wiggle your wrists out a little bit. Kind of wiggle your fingers too and get rid of that the sensations in your forearms. When you're ready, tuck your toes under. Place your ball or your block behind your heels and have a seat here. So this is your toes pose. Toes pose. The love-hate relationship with toes pose. It strengthens your foundation. Hi to Stan, to Betty, to Lynn, to Roger, to Kelly, to Tim, to Rena, to Esther, to Tammy, to Marietta. Hi, I'm glad you're here. All right, you made a good choice to do your yoga today. Toes are bent towards your shins. You're seated on your block. Big stretch in the bottom of the feet, your foundation. If it is painful, come out of it. You don't ever want to hurt. Nothing should hurt. If it hurts, don't do it. Hands to your thighs, hands to prayer center, or think back to Ragdoll. Bring your hands behind your low back. Reach your elbows toward opposite elbow creases. Shoulders down, elbows back and down. Breathe. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. So your foundation, we can't accentuate that enough. We start off coming up onto our toes and down on our heels. We do toes pose to strengthen the feet and the ankles, because when you think about your balance and your stability, it all begins with your feet, right? I mean, your feet have contact with the earth and your brain, but your feet have contact with the earth, and it goes all the way up the kinetic chain. If your knees hurt, maybe it's a problem with your feet. If your hips hurt, maybe it's a problem with your feet. Keep your feet strong, supple, agile, and like we always say, flexible and mobile. All right. Toes pose. Let's come out of it. When you're ready, hinge forward, remove your block, place your hands on your mat, lift your toes up, squeeze them and scrunch them. They always tend to hurt a little bit. And then circle your ankles, circle your wrists, the wrists of your feet in both directions, and then tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. Cat-cow time. Press into your mat. Knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders, lengthen through your spine, press into the earth. You're strong. You're not a static little cat-cow here. You're really strong, solidly planted in your mat. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under, gaze back towards your belly. Inhale, cow. Gaze forward, send your chin forward, send your tailbone up to the sky. Marry the breath to the pose. Exhale, cat. Navel draws to your spine. Inhale, cow. Opposite direction. Just a few more. Breathe. Finish up in your cat-cow pose. Let's do a donkey kick and a fire hydrant. You can take your weight, your ball, the block, or nothing at all behind your right knee. All right, from this neutral tabletop position, lift your right knee up just a little bit. Draw your toes towards your shins to really hold on to that prop behind your knee. Start to lift your knee to the side of the room. Big lifts, little lifts, it's up to you. How high do you want to go? But here are some other little things you can do with this. As you're lifting your leg, maybe take it higher. Keep imagining your right hip equidistant as the left hip is to the mat. So your gaze is down between your thumbs, lifting and lowering. Maybe you bring it higher. Maybe you bring the knee closer to your armpit And maybe you bring the ankle a little higher. Lift here. Let's finish up in this donkey kick, or fire hydrant, and take it to a donkey kick. Hover the right knee next to the left, but don't set it down. Lift the right thigh up, knee in line with your hip. Press equally into your hands. If it's not feeling great on your wrists, try balling your hands into fists. As you're ready, pulse the heel and the flat foot up to the sky. Right hip is in line with your left. Little pulses, little pulses. As you're ready, finish up. Lift the foot even higher, higher, higher. You can do it. And then start to kick your heel into your bottom. Breathe. Keep the press strong on the earth. You got it. Even engage your left foot, the back left foot. Press the top of it into your mat. And then let's finish here. Bring the right knee next to the left, but just hover it for a moment. Press into the earth, then plant the knee. Other side. Bring the ball behind your left knee or your block or whatever you got. Lift the knee up. Draw the toes toward the shin. Hold here for a second. Press the earth away. And then start with your fire hydrant pose. Lifting the leg to the side. Pressing into the earth. Keeping the hips down. Lift and lower. So you're strengthening your big glutes. Your big glutes. You want big glutes. They got to be strong. Strong foundation. So strengthen your bottom. Move your hips. Get some mobility going there. You want to be able to walk. You want to be able to walk well and strong. Maybe higher in the knee. Maybe higher in the ankle. You decide. It's your practice. Just don't hurt. Finish up, hover the left knee next to the right. Bring the left knee in line with the left hip. Dial the left hip down. Start to pulse the foot up, up, up to the sky. Press into your right foot. Press into your hands. Breathe. Strong. Yes, you are. You're strengthening your low back, too. Breathe. Finish up, lift your leg nice and high, and then start to kick your bottom with your heel. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Are you having fun yet? It's all about fun. And it does feel good, doesn't it? If nothing else, it feels really good when you stop, right? All right, let's finish up. Bring the left knee down. Remove your prop. Spread your knees wide. A brief wide-legged child's pose. Even it out. Hips go back, arms go forward. Stretch, reach. Even it out. Feel the good stretch in the glutes. Press on up, neutral tabletop. Have your resistance band, if you want to use it, nearby, and the ball, or nothing at all. Let's start by doing a bird dog pose on the right side. So bring the ball, if you want to use it, underneath your right knee. Toes drawn towards your shins, like we did a moment ago. Find your balance in this unstable surface. No ball, totally fine, don't sweat it. Lift up, send your left leg long, draw the left toes towards your shin. Knee, ankle are at about hip height. Breathe and hold here. If you'd like to increase the balance challenge, reach your right arm long and strong. Press into the earth, hold here, breathe. Finish, hand comes down, knee comes down, other side. Ball under the left knee. Find your stability here. Draw the left toes toward the shin. We're going to lift the right leg up. Right leg lifts. Right leg extends. Take it in layers that feel right for you today. Press hard into the earth. Breathe. Extend your left arm. Hold, breathe, stretch, reach. Spread your fingers wide, thumb up to the sky. Reach through your heel, reach through your fingertips, and finish. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Nice job. Remove the ball. If you want to use the resistance band, now's the time to do that. All right, so we're going to use the resistance band all this coming month. For this bird dog, place the band the center of your foot, bring it up through between your legs, grab the strap in your left hand. So the foot The right foot has the strap underneath it. The left hand has the strap in it. Send your leg long and then reach through your left arm. Bring the elbow and knee close to touching without losing the band, and then reach. Bring the elbow and knee close to touch, and then reach. Little bit of resistance. It's good. Once or twice, maybe 3 or 4 times, and then finish. We'll take it to the other side. So there's a little bit of the foreshadowing of what we're going to do with our resistance band next week. Place the resistance band at the center of your other foot, the left foot. Bring it between your legs. Capture the band in your hand with your right hand. Neutral tabletop again. Press your left foot to the back of the room, then reach your right arm to the front. Maybe elbow meets knee, and then stretch and reach. Just a little more of a challenge. If it doesn't feel right, if you don't like it, or if you don't have a band, no big deal. Go out this weekend and buy a band or 2, or order it online. They'll be delivered soon. You can get a whole set of different colors with different strengths for about $10. Knee comes down, arm comes down. Remove your resistance band. How did you like it? All right, let's come into a brief child's pose. Knees spread wide, hips go back, arms reach. Big breath in, big breath out. Let it go. Press on up. The other challenge we've done this month is a plank. Let's set up for a plank however you like. We held it for a minute for most of this month. I'm going to set a timer so you can time yourself. Piper, move. Come on, get in your bed. Get in your bed. So what we're going to do, take the plank variation you like. You're in a child's pose. Maybe press your knees wide, arms come forward, hinge the weight forward, and hold here. Maybe hands are onto fists. Just have more weight into your upper body. Maybe come down to your forearms. Maybe you're still on your knees. Adjust. Elbows under shoulders, shift the weight more forward. Maybe tuck the back toes, send your legs long, and take a dolphin plank. Maybe take a high plank with shoulders over wrists and your legs long. I'm going to start the timer. Get into whatever variation you want. I'm going to take a dolphin plank today, something different. However long you stay is good. Let's go now. All right, timer has started. Now, whatever variation you're in, if you're in the dolphin plank or a high plank, have your elbows under your shoulders. I'm pressing into my forearms and 10 seconds has elapsed in your plank. Breathe here, lengthen through your spine and your tailbone. Press your forearms into the earth. We're 20 seconds in. Or if you're in a high plank, keep your core engaged, whichever variation you're in. Stay strong. Your arms are strong. Your bones are strong. You're aligned properly. We're past 30 seconds. Breathe. We're at 36 seconds. You got it. Not that much longer to go. You can hold on here. You've done harder things in your life. Breathe. Strengthen your core. 15 to go. 10 to go. Come on. You got it. Whatever you're doing is great. Drop to your knees if you have to. We've only got 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All right. Whew. You did it. All right. However long you did it, it's great. Grab a drink. Nice work. Hold that plank. Look up planks on the internet. They're good for overall body strengthening, and you just got it. All right, grab a drink. Let's do some other core stuff. Let's start with dead bug, all right? So come on down to your mat. You're on your bottom, hands to prayer center. Slowly recline. Slowly recline. Take it, because you're in control. Take it all the way down, nice and slowly. Bend your knees. Bring your knees over your hips, shins, parallel to the sky. Hands, press into your thighs. That's all we're doing, pressing into our thighs. Breathe here, hold here. This is your dead bug variation for today. Really press the arms into the legs and the legs back into the arms. Hold on here. You've got it. Breathe. You got it, you got it, you got it. Press hard, press hard. The harder you press, the more you're working, the more embrace that shake. Legs into the hands, hands into the thighs, and then finish. Come on down, stretch it out, stick pose. Arms go long, legs go high overhead. Arms go long, not legs overhead. Legs go long to the bottom of your room. Press, stretch, reach through fingers and toes, wiggle your hips. All right, Pilates, hundreds, here we go. All right, so if you want, you could place the ball underneath your feet to get the feet lifted. Just a thought. You can keep the heels down, arms down by your sides. As you're ready, lift the arms up a couple inches off the ground and just imagine patting the ground 100 times. Maybe peel your shoulders up and look down at your toes. Maybe you're balancing on that ball, keeping your balance. Maybe you lift your legs and breathe here. Remember to breathe, shoulders away from the ears. The idea is to pat the ground 100 times, but you pat it as many times as is right for you. Bring your feet down if you need to. Bring your shoulders down if you want to. You decide what is right for you today. Strong core. Maybe lift the feet up a little bit. Maybe lower the feet a little bit. Just remember to breathe. Breathe. Strong arms. Fingers are reaching really far toward the bottom of your mat. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And when you're ready, let's finish. Legs come down, stretch it out in your stick pose again. Arms reach high. Let it go. Breathe. How are you doing? Let's come on up. All right, let's do another one of our challenges that we've done this month. And that challenge is crow pose. All right, so how do you like it? If you don't like it, don't do it. Or just try. Take it in little layers. 2 blocks. We're going to do it with 2 blocks. Blocks are about the length of your torso apart, so however tall you are. I've got mine maybe 20 inches. All right, come on up to standing on your back block. Maybe that's the challenge for today. That's fine. Everybody's got different challenges in life, right? On and off your mat. So make it work for you, whatever is a little bit of a challenge for you. Staying here is a challenge for me today. All right, so if you're on your block, bend your knees. Bend your knees a lot. Bend them, send the knees wide to the side. So you feel like a frog in your lower body, however a frog feels. All right, block. I'm gonna have to scoop mine up. Hands to your mat. Elbows are gonna come behind your triceps or on your triceps. Hinge forward a little bit, placing the weight into your hands. Breathe here. So you're stable, you're strong. You've got your knees pushed into the backs of your arms. You're strong. That block, our forehead's gonna aim for that block. When you're ready, if you're ready, you can you're gonna feel that little subtle shift, but you're strong. Your body knows about balance. You can do this. Do it to the level that is right for you. Hinge more forward, head toward the block. Maybe rest the head on the block and lift a foot up or lift both feet up and hold here. Breathe. Have fun with your pose. Breathe, hold it as long as you like. And play with it and come out of it whenever you're ready. If you fall out, no big deal. Get right back in. Maybe you don't want to use the blocks, but just play with it and have a little bit of fun. That's our crow pose. That was a pose that we did for a week this month. Enjoy it. All right, now come back to your mat. Let's do our lunge. Take your 2 blocks. Place your blocks on your mat. Bring your right leg forward, knee over ankle. Left leg long and straight on your mat. Hold on to your blocks and feel the big stretch in your left hip flexor. Gaze forward. Now let's surf it out. You can leave the blocks here or you can take them with you. Straighten the right leg. Walk back with your blocks. Toes up toward the sky. Sit back towards your heel or maybe on your heel. Come forward with or without the blocks. Knee forward of the ankle this time. Breathe. Maybe close your eyes. Close your eyes and then take it on back. How's your balance with that? You don't have to close your eyes. It's just a little challenge. Breathe. Come forward. This time, focus forward. Right straight ahead of you, focus. Find one thing to lock your vision on and focus. Keep your focus there and then come all the way back onto your heel. all good to challenge your balance, and finding this drishti, this focal point, keeps you in your present moment. Focus, breathe, remember with or without the blocks, you decide. And then finish. Come back to the starting position with the knees both on the mat. Other foot forward, left foot forward, knee over ankle. Press into your blocks. Send the other leg long and straight. Even that feels really, really good. Earlier this week, we held on to the blocks and left them right where they are. Just subtle little differences. All make a difference. Breathe. Send the hips back toward the heel, with or without the blocks. Maybe take it once with the blocks, toes up to the sky, walk it forward. But it's not momentum that's getting you here. Oh no, you're better than that. Your core is strong, and you're using your core to help make this happen. Now, if you like, maybe one time with the eyes closed. Then find your focal point here, and with or without the blocks, focus on that focal point. Come back and forth in your lunge. Breathe. Just stay focused. No thoughts other than this moment and your focus. When you're ready, let's finish up in this lunge. All right, let's come to find our 2 blocks and come up to standing. Our 2 weights, and come on up to standing. You could also use your resistance band, placing the center of the resistance band beneath your feet, holding onto the edges of your band, and lifting through here. All right, resistance bands are hard. I'm going to use the weights today. Hands to your shoulders, lift and lower, and again, focus forward. Breathe. Up with the weights, and the weights to the shoulders. You can alternate the weights, one then the other. You decide. That's the beauty of your practice. And no judgment, and no worry, no competition. You're doing it at home. You're doing it on your own. You do little by little the increments that feel best for you in your body. All right, now let's tee out the arms. Bring the arms to the shoulders and out and in and out and in. You decide. Maybe you alternate arms, one then the other. Maybe look over the extended arm's shoulder. Turning your neck. Turn your neck. Breathe. You decide how you want this to be for you today. And your weights, any size weights you want. Maybe they're water bottles. Maybe there's nothing at all you're using. But just try to have a little something in your hands. Get teeny little weights, 1 pound weights, totally good. Breathe. Now bring your palms down, your shoulders teed out. Pulse them down just a little bit. Breathe. Breathe. You're strong. Arms are strong. You got it. Let's bring the arms down by your sides. Put a bend into your knees. Bend in your knees. Gaze forward. Focus like you did earlier. Focus. Nothing else matters right now. Sink low. Maybe sink lower. When you're ready, take your arms. Pulse your arms to the back wall. Pulse your arms to the back wall. Keep moving them to the back wall. Maybe come up on your toes. If you don't like that, keep your feet down. You decide. Breathe. Maybe sink a little lower in your toes. Chest is still forward. Gaze is forward. Maybe sink lower still and hold right here. Now, pulse the weights as far back to the back wall as you can. Then pulse them in, in, in. Hold on. Feel your calves. Feel your quads on fire. Breathe. Finish. Come on up to standing. Oh my goodness, how are you doing? Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let it go. Serve the tray with tiny pulses. Palms forward. Arms lift. Little teeny lifts of the cocktail tray. Little teeny lifts. Breathe. 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 Keep holding on here. You got it. Maybe alternate the lifts just to shake it up a little bit. Breathe. 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 Let's finish up. Bring the weights to your chest, towards your chest. Now extend the arms long. Weights are vertical. Open the arms up, nice and wide. Little teeny pulses of the weights up, up, up to the sky. Breathe, breathe. You got it. Keep at it. You're strong. All right, hold them out nice and static. Now bend your elbows, palms facing forward, so your arms are cactused out. Little teeny pulses to the back of the room. You got it? You got it? You got it. All right, cactused out. Bring them to stillness. Hold them here. Bring your elbows a little bit higher. Now, as you exhale, bring your elbows to meet at the midline of your body, along with the weights in your hands, and then open them up. Breathe. Little teeny pulses up. Little teeny pulses back. Bring your elbows to meet and the weights to meet at the midline. Open them up. Little teeny pulses back. Little teeny pulses up. Elbows meet at the midline. Open them up. Little teeny pulses back. Little teeny pulses up. Little teeny. Oh, that does a lot, doesn't it? Elbows to meet and open up. Elbows to meet and open up. Elbows to meet and open up. Arms down by your sides. Oh my goodness. All right, nice job. All right, so take a step forward. Take a step forward, hinge forward, more weight into your right leg. Little bend in your right leg. Left leg can lift a little off the ground, or a lot, or not at all. Hinge forward, maybe bringing your chest parallel to the earth. The weights, maybe you still have them in your hands, maybe you ditched them, it's okay. Balance in that foot, lift the left leg higher. Dial your right hip down, find your balance, and fly like a bird. Bring the weights out to the side, bring them down toward the earth, and bring them up toward your chest. Down to the earth, fly them out, tee them out, arms down toward the earth, bring them on up to your chest. Or some variation, maybe you're just lifting to your chest and down, keeping your balance, keeping your toes nice and strong. Let's finish, bring the weights down, pulse your left leg up to the sky. So you're holding on, hold on to your weights, you're down on the ground, hands are on the ground, left leg pulses. Finish up, left leg meets right. Roll on up, chin to your chest, come on up to standing. Breathe. Take a big step back with your right foot. Hinge forward, weight into your left leg. Maybe you stay right here. The weights are kind of nice. You kind of feel nice and grounded with them. Maybe lift the right leg a little bit. Maybe hinge forward a little bit or a lot. Right leg lifts, chest parallel to the earth, right hip dialed down. Weights hanging here. Bring them up towards your chest, then down to the earth. Tee them out. Back down toward the earth, back up towards your chest, and continue your flying. Right leg is lifted, left leg is strong. You got it. Maybe you're lifting the weights just to the chest and just to the ground. It's all good. Challenge your balance, tee it out. Maybe keep one hand down and just tee out the other arm. Challenge your balance. Finish up. Weights come to the earth. Lift your right leg higher. Pulse it up to the sky. Breathe. Finish up. Right leg meets left. Leave your weights right where they are. Move them aside and let's come to the wall. All right, as you come to the wall, bring a block or two. Our last challenge of the month. Bring your weights or bring your blocks to the wall. Sugarcane pose. We've done this. You don't have to do it on the wall. Wall is just kind of a fun way to do it. All right, right hip up next to the wall. Hands to purse center. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. When you're ready, hinge forward. Place your right hand on your blocks. Nice and stable setup. Right hip on the wall. Left leg lifts. Left hand on your hip. Turn so your left hip is on top of your right. Bring your left heel back to the earth. Bring your shoulder back to the wall as well. No, foot doesn't go to the earth, foot goes to the wall. Breathe. Maybe lift your arm up, press into your blocks. Now, bend your knee. Maybe bend your knee a lot. Reach for your foot, capture your foot, and hold it here. Breathe. Let's take it to the other side. You can do the other side on the wall or away from the wall. All right, so start with your blocks on the wall or off of the wall. You decide. All right, so I'm going to use my left foot as my foundation. Hands to first center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Left hand to the block, adjust. Maybe right here is good. Weight out of the right foot. Maybe send the right foot up and back. Maybe open up, stacking the right hip on top of the left. Press into your blocks. Send the leg long. Right arm goes high, and your gaze goes with it. Maybe bend your right foot. Capture your right foot with your right hand. Breathe. Hold here. Maybe you use the blocks or no blocks at all. You decide what's right for you. Finish. Foot comes down. Gaze goes back down towards your blocks. Come on up to standing. Come away from your wall. There's your little balance in sugar cane. All right, remove your blocks. Take a step wide on your mat. Horse pose. Horse is like sugar, right? Hands to prayer center. Bend into your knees. Knees open wide. Heels in a little bit. Come on up onto horse. Up onto your toes. Been here before. You got it. Drive your knees more to the back of the room. Lower down. Shoulders over hips. Hold right here. Stay here. It's all good. Breathe. Maybe alternate heel touchdowns. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Come up high on your toes. Sink a little lower. Shoulders back a little more. Knees back a little more. Stay right here. Now pulse down in both heels and then up. But don't let the heels touch the earth. Little teeny pulses in the heels. Breathe. So here's your bar part of the class. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Sink low. Alternate the heel touchdowns again. You got it. Come up high on the toes one more time, then down on the heels. Open up your arms wide, big capital letter X shape. Whew. Move through your hips. Hands to first center. One foot meets the other. Tree pose. Weight into the left foot. Weight out of the right. Right heel. Inside the left ankle or higher or not at all. Maybe a chair's right here. Or maybe you take the leg nice and high. Don't push the foot into the knee from the side. Grow your branches. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Breathe. Sway your branches. Challenge your balance, perhaps, by closing your eyes a little bit and see what happens. You fall out. Everybody falls out. The measure of success is getting back in and not giving up. Breathe. Hands to prayer center. Knee to the front. Foot plants. Tree on the other side. Root into the right foot. She wants to be really close today. All right. Weight into the right. Open up the left. Maybe the heel is on the inside of the ankle. Hands at prayer center. And you close your eyes here. Breathe. You got it. It's all good. Every little bit is more than if you didn't do it at all, right? Place the foot where you like. Arms lift if you like. Sway your branches. Find your focal point, that drishti, the wall, the ceiling. Stay focused. When you're in the present moment, you really gotta focus, don't you? And that is a good thing for your brain. Hands back to prayer center. Maybe from here, try to close your eyes and blink them open. Close your eyes a little bit and blink them open. And when you're ready, sway your branches one more time because you can. And then hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the left foot next to the right. All right, so another challenge we did this month. Balancing on one foot for 1 minute. All right, let's do it. All right, so we're gonna do one-legged mountain. This was one of our other challenges this month. I'm gonna set my timer and let's do it. For one-legged mountain, lift your right leg up, knee in line with your hip, toes drawn up toward your hip. Arms lifted, there's the mountain part, and hold here. Find your balance, stay strong. Can you lift the knee a little higher? One of the things we also did was balance a block on your thigh. Maybe you want to do that. Catch yourself, sway when you need to. You've been here 20 seconds already. You've got it. Balancing is so good for us. Talk about making you stay in the present moment. So anyway, on and off your mat, you got to find balance. Your balance that you find on your mat, we're 30 seconds in. Your balance that you find on your mat, take it off your mat as well. For example, When you're brushing your teeth, lift a little more out of your hips, lift a little more out of your fingertips. Balance. You got 15 seconds to go. Balance on one foot, either in your tree, which we just did, or try your one-legged mountain. Find your balance to stay strong. When you're ready, we've got 5 seconds left. You got it. Maybe you've fallen out a couple times, but you got back in, and now the race is finished. Bring your leg down. Nice job. We got another side. Let's do it. Get set up. Let's go. Lift the left leg up. Knee to about hip height. A little softness in that standing knee. No stress here. Lift your arms high up. Breathe and balance. You're 12 seconds in already. You've got it. Hold on. So you're strengthening your bones. You're working on strengthening the ankles, the feet, your source, where you need to be to stand better, to balance better. You're 30 seconds in already. All right. Hips are over your knee over the ankle, shoulders over your hips. You're strong. Lengthen up. You're 40 seconds in. Stay here, lift, balance, be strong. You can do it. Use it or lose it, right? We've got less than 15 seconds to go. Breathe. And less than 10. You've got it. 5 seconds to go. Hold on. And then finish. Leg comes down. You did it. So those were our challenges for the month. Keep with them, stick with it, and just have fun. All right, let's come down to our mat. I don't know how long you did it. Maybe 5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds, but it's more than having done nothing at all, right? All right, come down to your belly. Come down to your belly. Let's do Superman. For your Superman pose, legs are long on your mat. Spread them a little bit so they're at the edges. Arms reach long to the top of your mat. Think of Superman flying. When you're ready, lift your legs up. Your chin is still down toward the mat. Maybe you lift one leg or the other or both. Balance on your pelvis. Lift them a little higher. Strengthen your low back. Perhaps the arms are included. Lift your arms. Maybe you just do the arms or just the legs, or you do right arm, left leg, and then the opposite. Breathe, stretch here. Take it to swimmer, a Pilates move. Bend or stretch, kick your feet. That's it, like you're swimming in a pool. Breathe. Stay strong. You got it. Let's finish. Hands underneath your collarbones. Press on up to a seal pose. Breathe. Come on up to a standing on your knees pose. Standing on your knees, send your hands to your low back. Squeeze your elbows back towards your spine. Breathe. Look forward. Find your drishti and imagine that line going straight up overhead. Breathe. Take it back as far as is comfortable for you. Hold on. You got it. Finish. Come down. Have a seat on your heels. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Another Pilates pose. Let's come to your side. Place your right arm on the ground, shoulder over your hip. Come onto your hip. So sit here, arm nice and straight. You're on your right hip. Knees are bent or they can be straight. Let's push on up as if you're coming into a side plank. Breathe here. Hold here, hand on your hip. Breathe. And then come on down, all the way down onto your hip, and then reach to the side of the room. Now, come on up to your knee, your bottom knee. Nice and straight and standing, left leg goes long. Place your right hand down on your mat, and then reach long to the side of your room. Left shoulder back, breathe, stretch, you got it. Perhaps lift your left leg, breathe, finish up. Come back to standing on your knees, switch it out. Come down, arm straight, come down to your knees, bend in the elbow, and then straighten your legs if you like. Straighten the arm or keep it bent and press on up to your side plank. Hand on your hips and hold. Breathe. Maybe reach to the top of your room. Come down onto that hip, then come down onto the bottom, left knee, left leg extends, arm down on your mat, reach, reach forward, reach, stretch, maybe lift the top leg, breathe, stretch, and then finish. Hand back to your hip, knees come down, breathe. All right, happy baby pose. Come on down to your bottom. Before we get there, let's do bridge. Knees are bent, come all the way down. Maybe find your ball. Place the ball between your thighs, arms down by your sides. Press on up and lift through your hips and squeeze the ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lift a little higher in your hips. Squeeze your ball, little teeny pulses. Maybe wiggle your shoulders closer together to lift your hips higher. Oh, I feel that. Arms down by your sides. Breathe. Maybe press on up to your toes. Now your feet are right behind your knees and your bottom. Breathe. Little teeny pulses here. Up, up, up toward the sky. Maybe you're up on your toes. Maybe not. Maybe you're flat-footed. It's all good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Hips higher. Hold here. Now pulse your heels down and up. Heels down and up. Breathe. Maybe alternate heel touchdowns. Breathe, breathe. Heels down and up, down and up. Take them high onto the toes one last time. Back down to flat-footed. Pulse the ball in, and finish. Roll your spine down. Now it's time for happy baby. All right, your backside will appreciate this. Bend your knees up towards your chest. Hands underneath your knees. Hug your knees towards your armpits. Rock a little bit from side to side. Maybe draw circles with your knees on the sky. And if you like, hands can capture inside your calves or your heels. Hold on to your heels, draw your toes towards your shins, frog legs. Send your heel high to the sky. Send the other heel high to the sky. Put the bend back in one knee, then the other. One leg extends, one knee is bent. And your happy baby can look a lot of different ways. Maybe you're holding onto your knees and just taking little teeny steps. It's all good. Happy baby, little steps. Babies start with little steps, right? You gotta crawl before you walk, you gotta walk before you run. But just stick with it every day. Our practices are different, and you make them work for you. Let's finish up. Send your legs high up to the sky. Circle your ankles in one direction. Circle them in the other direction. Arms down by your sides. One more for your core. Your core is strong with control. Lower your legs nice and slowly all the way down. Hold it at a level that feels right. Core is strong, no stopping you. Come to completely reclined. Find your eye shade or your little towel, and let's go into final Shavasana. Heels at the edges of your mat. Eye shade to cover your eyes, or the little towel, or maybe you got a little teeny pillow or something behind your neck. Maybe that feels great. Make your yoga work for you. Modify. The key is it safe? Is it effective? Is it doing something? And lastly, is it fun? You gotta enjoy it, and it's gotta feel good. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Work your arms perhaps a little more away from your body, maybe today. That feels good. Let some heat go, and just breathe. Heels are at the edges of your mat, pinky toes perhaps falling to the sides of your mat. Big breath in. Big breath out, any way that's right for you. Soften in all that you got. From the eyebrows to the eyes, to the tongue, to the jaws. Imagine your throat is soft. You can do that. Shoulders soft and away from your ears. Belly taking soft breaths. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Listen to just your breath. You worked really hard. Allow yourself this time to recover. Take a super deep breath in. Really fill up the lungs. And a super deep breath out. Totally deflate. Let the navel go back to the spine. Take another deep breath just like that. If you can stay longer in your final Shavasana pose, do that. Enjoy it. And just take time for you. You don't take enough time for just you. Only a minute or two, maybe. But if it's time for you to finish up your practice today, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Feet worked hard today. We did a lot with balancing and strength today. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, work the motion up into your wrists and your ankles. On an inhale, reach high up overhead. That was a challenge too a month or so ago, to stretch before you get out of bed in the morning. Really stretch, reach one hand toward the top of the room or the top of your bed, and then the other hand, reach. Finish, soften the shoulders. Bend the elbows, roll onto one side or the other. Enjoy the getting there. Let it feel good on that hip. Your hips worked hard and they're donkey kicks and fire hydrants. Roll onto one side or the other. Use your low arm's bicep as a pillow for your head. Soften in the top shoulder. Savor some breath here. You can keep your eyes closed. That's how we challenged our balance in several poses today, by finding a drishti, a focal point, or keeping the eyes closed. Press on up to a seated position. If your eyes are closed, your body knows where to go. Challenge it every so often by closing the eyes like we did in tree. Bring your hands to a prayer center position. Sit comfortably. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Think of your spine as light, the crown of your head up toward the sky. Shoulders are underneath your head. Shoulders are over your hips. Chin slightly tucked. Exhale the air out of your lungs and root into the strong foundation beneath you. Take another big inhale and a full sighing exhale. Let it go. Use that ground beneath you. It is your solid foundation. Blink your eyes open. You did it. You did an hour-long Yoga Plus practice. So you've done Pilates, you've done bar, you've done weights, and you've done your yoga. That's a lot. It's a full plate. If you stuck around for the whole hour, thank you very much. I'm glad that you were here. The stress number you took in the beginning, take it now. How do you feel in your body? How do you just feel all over? You should be much stronger. We'd really strengthened today, and balance was an important aspect to today's practice, but we all need it. Remember, the more you do your yoga, the easier it will, I won't say it, the yoga doesn't get easier, you get stronger. And that is an important part. So everything has a cost and a trade-off. The wine or the cinnamon donuts or the yoga, or maybe both. Life's about balance. But think about it. What is your flexibility and what is your mobility worth to you? Do your yoga every day to be the best you can. See you on your mat tomorrow. She was interesting today. Have a good day, everybody. Love you guys. Goodbye. What's up with you today, huh? You're a good girl. Bye. Good girl. Every day is a fresh chance to be awesome, and you're growing more and more awesome with each and every day, with each and every practice, with each and every breath. Join us every day on your mat. I am glad that you are here every day on your mat, and I'm glad you're still sticking around. Tell your friends about our yoga. Tell them to join us. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. They can join at their own time, whenever they want, or they can join us live every day like you do. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being my yoga friends. See you on your mat tomorrow. If you'd like to support our broadcast, check us out. Our website is www.316yoga.com.